It's Diaz, weekday morning, 6 to 10 on Q92.9. Backstage right now, PPG with the one and only Ed Sheeran.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good, man, doing good. So happy to be here and here for the show.
Thank you, man. It's good to be back in Pittsburgh.
Well, you're having one heck of a year. Are you able to enjoy any of this, or are you just kind of sucked into all the craziness?
Do you know what? Like, throughout my whole career, with all the massive accomplishments that have happened, I don't think you ever really appreciate it at the time. I think it's something you look back on. So, in a year's time, I'll look back on this year and be like, wow, all this stuff happened. But I think at the time, you were constantly looking forward. So, yeah. So I don't think you ever focus on anything enough.
It takes a little bit to sink in.
Yeah, and it's something you appreciate in time, I think.
Gotcha. Well, you've been doing some really cool stuff lately, man. I saw this clip of you and Dave Chappelle singing Radiohead. How did that all happen?
I met Dave Chappelle after my Wembley Stadium shows. He was throwing an after party, and then the next day I threw an after party just for 12 of my best mates that he came to, and really randomly. And we've just kind of been in touch since then, and I was in Washington when he was doing some stand-up shows. So he threw a party, I went to go and play the party, and then the next day I went to a stand-up show after my gig and we had a drink. And yeah, it's cool. He just loves music. He's a really cool guy. Yeah, I like him.
You definitely have some cool friends, man, like Sam Smith. I was just reading too. Definitely came to your defense, did some awesome things about you on Twitter.
Yeah, that was but that was all this. There's an Australian radio DJ who
we don't need to say their names.
Well, no, but he's kind of he's somewhat shock jock, I guess, and I know him. I've done the show, and I know that's what that's about. So yeah, I wasn't offended by that at all.
Yeah, but you also had Sam's back too as well, because he was getting some haters himself on Twitter, and I saw you kind of stood up for him in the beginning, a long time ago, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Sam's really cool, man. So I met him in 2013 for the first time, and yeah, we've been good friends since.
And what is going on with you and Twitter? Are you on Twitter? Are you off Twitter? Do you even care anymore? Are you over it?
I honestly don't care, no, and I haven't used it probably since July. And I haven't even noticed either. It hasn't even been something I'm like, oh, I wish I was back on Twitter. I haven't even noticed. That's how little it affects your life.
Right. Of course, all that crazy backlash came with Game of Thrones. But what I want to know is, how did you even get the cameo to begin with? How did you get in that situation? Because it seems like a really cool thing. You should be pumped, right?
I was really pumped.
Right.
It was Maisie, who plays Arya, had come to a lot of shows, and the show's creator knew she was a fan, so put me in it to have a scene with her. Awesome.
And also, they're bringing back TRL on MTV. You're doing that Monday, right?
Yeah, bringing back TRL. I mean, it's ironic because I never watched TRL,
right?
Because I'm English and it was never really on. So yeah, it feels mad to be bringing back such a iconic show and not really know that much about it.
Well, you got to explain to me this story, because I've gotten bits and pieces of it. Explain to me what happened with Justin Bieber in a golf club and why he's saying he owes you a song. Or you owe him a song.
I don't know about the last part, but we were in Japan and playing golf in a club. There was a golf simulator, and he put the golf ball in his mouth and said, "Hit it out my mouth." And I was like, "I'm not sure if you want me to do that." And I missed.
What did you actually hit?
His face.
Oh man. Well, yeah, apparently he wants a song from you for that little mishap.
Well, yeah, he's welcome to one.
Well deserved. Obviously, you have a whole bunch of fans. I know some of them get pretty passionate about you and music and whatnot. What's a crazy gift a fan gave you? Can you think of one in particular that stands out?
I get given stuff all the time. Someone made a Monopoly board of my life for me.
Oh wow!
Full-on Monopoly with all the money that was printed out with my album names and stuff on, and that was a pretty cool gift.
I heard you got a cake with a piece of hair in it. Is that true?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Ed, thank you so much for inviting me backstage here. I cannot wait to see the show tonight. It's actually my first time I get to see you live, so I'm pretty pumped for it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Ed Sheeran, thank you.
Wicked.